Welcome to today's class on one of the classic texts of all generations, Wuthering Heights, the single novel published by Emily Bronte in 1847. Now, when I say classic, I will have to use a number of cult and classic words known and relevant to us. And I present words like love and hate, passion and trauma, kindness and revenge, wealth and poverty, human and animal, earthly and ghostly, body and soul, life and death, omniscience and fragmentation. Now, what is significant in these set of words is one, their contrasting nature, like either you love or hate. And second, their connecting nature, like you can only hate if you have ever loved. Moreover, these contrasts and connections exist with an immense intensity in this novel, which makes this eternal and elemental tale of emotions so touching. Now, what is eternal in this story? It's the love between Katherine and Heathcliff. And what is conventional in this story? The love between two common young people. Except that this love is not exactly between two common young people. Firstly, to understand the transgressions, let us look at the family tree. Mr. Earnshaw of the Earnshaw family brings in Heathcliff from the streets of Liverpool and introduces him as the brother to his two young children, Katherine and Hindley. So the love which I mentioned between Katherine and Heathcliff becomes something like incest, that is, love between brother and sister. Moreover, Heathcliff is also seen as an outsider to the Victorian society. In a 2011 adaptation, he is presented as the racial other, and the love, which I referred to between Katherine and Heathcliff, becomes a racial transgression. So, if there are familial and racial transgressions in the novel, is there nothing eternal? Is there nothing primal? Is there nothing deep rooted? And is there nothing constant? When I refer to these other forces, I do not refer to the abstract powers of nature, but really concentrate on the small creatures who play a remarkable role in Bronte's life as well as in her novel. This painting by Emily Bronte herself depicts her love for the non human in nature. In the novel, also, Katherine and Heathcliff demonstrate extreme love towards animals but parallelly become brutal towards them, like the killing of baby birds when they themselves have become separated. Then there is the elemental love which is played out in the Yorkshire moors of England. In a powerful poem, and Emily Bronte has written many, she talks about the howling winter and the driving rain which nurtured the passion of Katherine and Heathcliff. Moreover, the name Heathcliff itself is like belonging to the heath. Heath, which is see at the image below, and his passion and trauma exists as if on the dangerous edge of a cliff always. When Catherine marries Edgar Linton and moves to the prim landscape of Thrushcross Grange, she becomes different. And then Catherine and Heathcliff become different, like the differing landscapes of Wuthering Heights and Thrushcross Grange presented before you side by side. Now, what do we make of the Yorkshire moors of England as people of India? In a 2009 British Asian production, the barren land of the Yorkshire moors is presented as the desert of Rajasthan, which we can identify with. And Catherine is presented as Shakuntala and Heathcliff as Kishan. And their eternal love story becomes deep rooted in Hindu mythology. So, is there only the eternal and the elemental in the text? Not really. There is also mockery. For example, in Lockwood, who is one of the narrators of the novel, and he comes for a touristic visit to Wuthering Heights, and he expects it to be only a beautiful place, but he is haunted by the dead Katherine, her ghost, her story. Other than mockery, there is also unreliability of the narration of Nellie Dean, the other narrator in the novel, the housekeeper who withholds information as and when she wants. Therefore, the novel looks forward to a number of multiple clashing voices, which make it very postmodern. Now, I would also like to bring to your attention two illustrations. One depicting the novel as a Gothic ghost story, and you find the image of Lockwood attacked by Catherine's ghost in the first image, and the image at the side is a cartoon illustration which deals with all the postmodern multiple clashing voices which I just mentioned. In our next class, we will try to establish whether Wuthering Heights is more of a traditional Gothic story or a postmodernist text. Finally, I would request all of you to remember the introductory set of words, the binaries, which I introduced at the beginning of today's discussion. And it is these binaries which structure the themes as well as lay out new areas of study. Look at the remarkable range from environmental humanities to trauma studies. In our subsequent classes, we will deal with each separately and analyze it in the context of the novel as well as in the context of these new developing theories so that the relevance remains with us. Thank you and have a great day.